Yeah, Can't get away from your periods. Oh,
Ah, God.
moments? Well, now you can with new Always Smart Contour. It molds closer to you to absorb gushes 2 times faster. Say goodbye, those worries. The trusted Always protection you know now with new Smart Contour. Always.
Wedding. Lots of handshaking. And maybe in a waistcoat crying throughout the vows. Confetti. Themed tables. Awkward best man speech. The plus one. People dancing in a circle. Rude retro suit. Sometimes in life you just know what you're getting. Like a luxury bed and a great night's sleep. You know what you're getting with Premier Inn.
The tangy meets the smoky. The mix makes it. Old El Paso makes some noise.
Are you looking for ways to spend less on fuel and lower your costs? Why not make the smart move to hybrid driving with the MG ZS Hybrid Plus? Its hybrid system switches seamlessly between petrol and electric, so you can enjoy a smooth, fuel-efficient drive. A smart move made simple. The MG ZS Hybrid Plus from $22,995.
Hey Sainsbury's, they grow quicker than my budget. Any help?
Well, it's without it, day and night. Strawberry season. Just because we're always matching lowering prices. Sainsbury's, good food for all of us. Wow, they really did grow quickly.
With each delicious cup of Nescafe Gold Blend, you can enjoy its aroma and smooth taste. And with every sip, you join millions of others choosing high-quality coffee that's grown with care and expertly roasted and blended. Expect more from every cup. Nescafe Gold Blend. Now enjoy more great tasting cups with the new XL Refill Pack.
To try and clear Hatcher and minimise the damage in the World Championship. At the moment, it's going over 2 whole Grand Prix between first and second in the World Championship. Intrigued with the lap that we're going to get this time around in the battle for the lead, because there's not a lot of traffic at the moment. Lewis Hamilton have got the gap down to 2.8 seconds. It's gone up again.
Coach, how much pace would you have in clear air? At least 1 second, I think.
Needs an estimation, probably 2. because Nico Hulkenberg's in the skis. He's the fastest man on the circuit on a fresh set of hard tyres. So that's good information for Mercedes there.
On board with Lando Norris, he's still studying the rear wing of Pierre Gasly. We talked about the clear air lap. No traffic for Antonelli, no traffic for Hamilton. The gap extends to nearly 4 seconds.
So Russell now has got a gap to come out behind these two.
Oh my God, it's a breaking from Show. What's happening?
We're investigating.
There's something wrong, First gear is not usable. It's just a quiet afternoon around the streets of Monaco for Hadjar so far. Graining and issues, and this is looking like best opportunity for George Russell. Will we see an unusual pass down into Sandhorn? Will we see the calmer favourite into Raskas? Well, he's got to weigh up the risk here. The tunnel that's not running how it should. Can he pitch by? It was wide for Hadjar. He's losing so much time here.
Well, first gear is not usable for him, then there could well be an opportunity into the Nouvelle chicane, because all of that sequence before, you've got the really tight hairpins, and that's where you need first gear. Keep the turbos spooled up to keep reps up to find an exit. So that'll be George's opportunity. I'm sure Marcus Sabuk on the radio to George Smart heading through Massenet telling him Isaac Hadjar is flustered and he may be nursing an issue that will give the Mercedes man needs to maximise his point score today, an opportunity to pass. But Hadjar beaten enough in that first sector.
Forward 6. We're looking to beat, we're looking to.
Also, the pilot is gone. He's already had 2 retirements this year. One was on spot on the walls. He crashed into the wall in Miami. He had a power unit failure at the opening Grand Prix of the year where he qualified P3 on the grid. So an ailing Red Bull up against Russell.
That's going to come to you as soon as I have a solution. I'll come to you.
Yeah, I guess time possession of the driver is he's pretty busy out there, and if you're waiting for information, it can feel like an eternity. But they've got the engineers working on it here. There'll be people looking at the real-time data back in Milton Keynes. So there will be a lot of very bright brains trying to figure out what the driver can do.
So this is working out well for Russell. 4th place from a 6th place start in Monaco would be, I would think, the best he could have hoped for when he woke up this morning.
Something's really smooth. The engine is not healthy right now.
Yeah, we can see the issue, we're working on the fix. We can see we're working on the fix.
So Hadjar, fearful of the 3rd retirement of the season. Mercedes will be radioing that information to George Russell. He's going to be aware there could be a failure for the car in front.
And right now, Hadjar cannot pit because Russell will just go long and overcut him. And Russell can pit at any given moment, put on some fresh tyres and just undercut it. So I don't see a way that Isaac, unless he can clear this issue and find some pace, can keep George behind.
Up into the Nouvelle chicane, and Russell is gaining all the while as we head to Tabac corner. No way. Yeah, that's the signs of the difficulties he's having. So we have already, prior to the engine issue, talking about difficulties with the rear end.
It's another corner where you want to be plucking first gear as you're turning in, get that bit of engine braking. So maybe he's not getting that, and then he's keeping on the pedal a little longer, having that leg locked up and absorbing pressure down towards Tabac.
I wondered aloud what we would see between Antonelli and Hamilton after they cleared Fernando Alonso, because it's an empty piece of racetrack, no cars to lap for the 19-year-old race leader for a while now, and he's just going down. It's up to 5.9 seconds over Lewis Hamilton, and Charles Leclerc is 6 seconds back from his teammate. Ferrari on for a double podium, but at the moment, on the medium tyre, no answer to the race leader. Poor old George Russell can't find his way by at the moment. He wants to try and close down the gap out front. Hadjar, you got a feel for him, brilliant in qualifying around here once again. Red Bull having an unreliable day. If you're just joining us, Max Verstappen did not get off the start line. He's the retirement that we started with in the Monaco Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas has joined him.
And this is the moment where DC will ask where the etymology of looking at gift cards in the mouth is.
I'll be asking what etymology means. I think I can kind of figure it out. But it's the first time that word has entered my ears. And thank you. It's a beautiful word. 10 seconds for the race lead. Well, Hamilton got that gap down. That's not a surprise. You've got a driver in his 2nd year of Formula One. He's the championship leader.
He's on for his first ever win in Monaco. And he's been cautious with the traffic. Hamilton got that gap down to 2.8 when they were cycling through cars. Well, that's not happened for a while now. Antonelli's just got past Esteban Ocon, who goes a lap down. And since then, Antonelli's just extended the gap. He's now 10 seconds out front.
Yeah, this is, well, it's incredible. It is super impressive. What he was able to do yesterday, what he is doing right now, with no pressure to really keep opening up that gap right now, but he's on target to be able to almost have a pit stop in hand.
Just the confidence he has, not thinking about saving the tyres. He's just driving around at a high pace all the time. Happened within a second of his fastest lap in the race so far, and every lap of his second on Hamilton in the last lap. Hadjar might end up in trouble here. Crosses the rough area, but has managed to get on the gas quick enough to deter Russell from throwing in what would be a bit of a mad move into the
Yeah, Russell, of course, will be on the radio crying foul for that one. So, as I said earlier, you get away with it once, you get a warning if you do it twice, and you get a penalty if you do it a third time. So, it's one of those things, isn't it, Joe? You've got the choice.
That's the last thing advantage. So you can't keep it up the traffic, you need to give the distance. It's not break yourself, so it's got no tyres.
George Russell appeals through the race director to have a look. Lando Norris, left-hand side of your picture, trying to close down Pierre Gasly. Gasly on the 7th position. Franco Colapinto's been P7, been P6 in recent races. Gasly giving himself the foundation for this result with a good qualifying yesterday when he was best of the rest. Hamilton got on the radio a while ago and said tyres are gone. Rears are overheating. He was 3 seconds back. He's now 12 seconds back. Leclerc is matching, or was matching, Antonelli's pace. Okay, yeah, Hamilton picks this lap, and Leclerc's close here to maybe think about doing something different. In comes Lewis Hamilton, a 3-time winner of the Monaco Grand Prix. Ferrari team go to work, and it's an efficient stop. Flat out time for Charles Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton will have to do the same. They will, I'm sure, play the team game, whatever the team game is, but first of all, they're going to be thinking about being the Ferrari driver that's going to be second place and hopefully picking up anything should Kimi Antonelli offer it to them. So Hamilton exits the pits on the hard tyres, next to the right-hand side of the white line on pit exit. Has a beautiful clear road ahead, but now we're into a little bit of a qualifying time. We'll see what Leclerc's got in his locker.
Yeah, this is going to be telling, actually, because Hamilton, having put on this set of tyres, not impossible, of course, they're absolutely possible to make it into the Grand Prix. As you can see, what Russell was claiming was a lasting advantage. But Leclerc at the chicane, completely clear track ahead until Ocon, who's exiting the swimming pool. Hamilton was completely just left Portier, and Leclerc is next hard up. So they could clean racetrack to deliver the lap time that the tyres will give them.
400ths of a second, it was settled with the Grand Prix pole between Antonelli and Verstappen. Verstappen did not get off the line. He's retired from this race along with Valtteri Bottas. Gabriel Bortoleto and Audi had a whole host of problems before the Grand Prix. He is still running in 19th. Liam Lawson, points. He was struggling in the garage, but they got him to the grids and they were making late changes, but he's running in 9th. It would be a good result for him if he's able to finish there. The driver that's in the top 10 of the World Championship. He's got 4-point scoring finishes going into today. So Russell's life might be about to get a little harder. Piastri's closing in, 2 seconds back now on Russell, who is still nose to tail with Isaac Hadjar and boxed in. And he doesn't want to have to think about potentially losing a place or having to cover off a McLaren, who would love to pick up some more pieces as well. So with that was sort of 5-6 seconds to Piastri behind, that's going to just get Mercedes a little twitchier. They had a golden chance to take 4th place, whichever way it landed, but they still got it. But McLaren are also going to start to up the pressure. Lewis Hamilton is 33 seconds back on Kimi Antonelli for your information. At the moment, it's around 20 seconds pit loss time. 6 tenths slower than Charles Leclerc on the last lap. So there you go. That is, if Leclerc pits now, he will come out behind, but it is close. And the more laps that Charles can do quicker than Lewis at this stage, that is going to get very, very close between the two Ferraris. Hamilton has to pick up his pace, and he's just done his personal best first second. Nico Hulkenberg missing the chicane. He's overtaken on the last lap.
last year by Lance Stroll. He was able to put a move on him outside the points and a nibble at the barrier for the man running in 10th. In comes George Russell, no longer tucked underneath Hadjar and the Red Bull that's got the issue. They need a clean stop, and that is what his race required. 2.4 seconds and hard tyres on the car.
He's going to fall behind Norris. So he's got that gap that he had earlier on. Finally, Mercedes pull the trigger and use it. But he's behind Lando Norris, which will give McLaren a strategic option at some point to play games and back into Russell to get Piastri ahead of him. Hadjar now, will he try and cover off? Presumably. Has he got anything left? It's a one-shot wonder here for George. Use everything on the outlap and don't forget the cut.
Yeah, then he's got a healthy gap until he gets up to the back where Norris is. So Mercedes strategists have accepted that, knowing that and hoping that by the time he gets anywhere close to Norris, that Norris will have pitted by that point.
Norris is fully focused on passing Gasly as well.
Franco Colapinto, exit of turn 1.
Did you give that one a kick?
No. You didn't kick that bad either as well, did you? This is the one that they always trouble on the exit of the swimming pool section. Finds himself getting away with that one, brush the ball, going past the commentary box. Isaac Hadjar stopping, trying to respond to George Russell. Russell will hope that the outlap takes him past the young French driver in his second season in Formula One and first season with the Red Bull senior team. Down to one car in this Grand Prix. Hadjar heads out onto the circuit and George Russell heads by. So the strategy works for the driver second in the points, and he clears Isaac Hadjar.
So that was always going to happen. Hadjar had no pace. Russell had fresh tyres on a Mercedes, and through he goes. But McLaren have a choice here. Speaking of the pit lane for Hamilton. So meanwhile, Hamilton put 3 decent laps together, and he's comfortably seeing off Charles Leclerc in that qualifying battle.
It's a 5-second time penalty for Lewis Hamilton. It's for speeding in the pit lane, and it changes the matter for seconds.
Yes, we do.
Confirmation that Lewis Hamilton has a 5-second penalty, and he's made his scheduled stop. He's got time to build. It's not going to affect things, but it gives the opportunity for Charles Leclerc.
Leclerc now in a golden position to be second in this race. Hamilton will take 5 seconds at the end of the Grand Prix. We wouldn't expect him to pit again unless there was a safety car, and he has a free pit stop in hand still. The gap to Hadjar initially was so big.
It's got no power down. No power. No battery. Got nothing in the deep hot again. Means white deep hot 7-0 again.
Right, so by McLaren, Lando, you're doing a good job. You're struggling around. You've lost the pace at the start to Gasly. Drop back into Russell, slow up Russell and Hadjar, and Piastri will just reap the rewards and take that 4th place. So long as George Russell cannot hear Lando Norris dropping 2 seconds a lap slower, they've given Oscar a chance to just overcut now into 4th place. It was the risk that Mercedes took by pitting Russell to jump Hadjar.
Yeah, it hasn't been plain sailing for Mercedes in McLaren, and of course in the back of George Russell's car in Canada as well. So what are we seeing here from Lando Norris? Yeah, doesn't even attempt to take the chicane.
Once received, George. You're clear.
One moment. What's wrong with the new downstairs?
Watch Friday Night Dinner, ad-free on Channel 4 Plus. Sign up now. Fancy a beer?
Yeah.
Are you gonna pour me one?
Perfect Draft. Pub quality beer at home.
Oh,
You want weight loss advice?
Weight loss? Actually, what you want to do?
You should try.
Ooh, my secret is
Check out my 7 I swear. Forget that.
You
could try MedExpress. MedExpress. Healthcare without the noise.
Wedding hats, lots of handshaking, and maybe in a waistcoat crying throughout the vows, confetti, themed tables, awkward best man speech. The +1, people dancing in a circle.
Good evening, Mr. Wallace. How are you?
Sometimes in life you just know what you're getting. Like a luxury
How are
bed
you?
and a great night's
I'm
sleep.
not that
God
good.
knows what
Right,
you're
get
getting
around.
when you're in.
I'm just missed you last Sunday. Missed your company.
Don't eat them, Sam.
That's how I feel. Missed your company. Missed your banter, your personality.
Banter.
But most of all, you're a nice guy.
That's a good one, Sam.
You've earned that break.
Oh no, I'm off.
You've earned that break.
I'm off, Sam.
So you're not doing Mulco's?
Wednesday and Thursday I'm off. I'll be here at 7. I've worked 7 till 10 this week.
Yeah.
Maybe getting your imagination now. Maybe giving you all
You're a
the
nice guy.
options.
I always care about
Maybe
you.
helping everything
Yeah.
slot into place.
How should Friday, Saturday?
Made for making the kitchen you've been dreaming of a reality.
Oh,
Ren.
I stayed
Made
here
for
all day.
living.
All day.
Harry Kane steps up.
Let's see what that army thing that I found out that the traffic was
He tells Gemini.
army, you know that
To ask the question.
great thing yes.
And check.
And then traffic was you're talking about 20 out in and out of town, so
Substitute.
I thought stay in.
And he gets one.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
That's an absolute banger from the skipper.
Not bad.
This FIFA World Cup 2026 delivery right here for all the bills.
Support you can bank on. Formula One coverage on Channel 4, sponsored by HSBC UK.
Ferrari assembly in the pit lane, Charles Leclerc, who has the chance to make the stop. He comes in, needs a clean stop. Cheers. Around the Principality when he set provisional pole yesterday, run number 1 in qualifying. Run number 2 saw it hit the wall. And Charles Leclerc is back into the Grand Prix with a stop of 3.3 seconds. Driver third. The points battle going in to today's trying to score a third podium in his home race. He's won it in 2024, he was second in 2025.
And his job remains pretty simple. Stay within 5 seconds of Lewis now for the rest of the race, and he will get second place. He has 5 seconds to make up to get there.
I think there's about 19 seconds behind Antonelli who made his stop. So let's see Antonelli seemingly not showing any signs of degradation in those tyres. 16-1 last time around. He has a high likelihood of opening up such a gap that he can pit and come out still leading.
He's got the race lead, he's got pole position, and he'll be hoping to lead the entirety of this one. And what a place to dominate the field. An exhibition at the front as we move to lap 37 of 78, and the gaggle of cars further back now sees Franco Colapinto hit from 12th position. Currently occupying the final point-paying place is Alex Albon, but Agilite has that problem hanging over him. They can't find the quick fix. It's been 20 minutes now since he first reported it.
Russell is now reported for speeding in the pit lane under investigation. What's going on?
Kimi Antonelli with a massive hurdle to clear. There aren't many in his way. That was one of the ways that there could have been an issue. Mercedes still haunted by that stuck wheel nut stop for Valtteri Bottas in 2021. But through he goes, 2.3 seconds, and that is exemplary from the World Championship leader and his team. They're top of the pile in both categories at the moment. He's back onto the racetrack, still with the race lead. Antonelli having a day and then some.
I think he still opened out the gap while he was on the old tires. We'll get confirmation once he's completed the lap, but I'm fascinated to know what the conversations are between the team and Antonelli. Are they just letting him go on with it? Are they saying, Kimi, buddy, just enjoy the view because you've got such a lead? That could get wiped out, of course, if there was a full safety car. So there are many twists and turns towards a checker flag in Monaco, but this first stint of the Grand Prix has just been, well, stunning.
Here's another development, a 5-second time penalty for George Russell. He got away with the potential one at the start. He does not get away with speeding in the pit lane. 5 seconds will be added to his race time. He is not scheduled to make another trip to the pit lane today. This is where they will be trying to use all the boost that they've got, all the electrical energy, alongside the internal combustion engine, and Russell giving it everything. Pinto's now been noted for speeding in the pit lane. What a strange day we're having when it comes to that in the Supers.
So, I'm going to go with Julian's foresight on this, that it can only be that entry phase then, which for me normally, you come out of Rascasse on the inside, it's such a sort of tight, you're underspeeding up to the pit lane speed and you're running straight into it. So you would have activated the speed limiter before you get up to the 60.
So you've got 3 options. One, you've been a bit of a warning and you unlatched the speed limiter before on the exit. Difficult to imagine, as Norris has to check the mirrors here.
Heading to Sandoval, don't see many passes into there. And usually it results in contact if you do get moves through there. And Russell trying to deploy all of the power that he's got. No way by.
Lando, we want to do the holding strategy on Russell. We want to go up the seconds over the next couple of laps.
But turn 10
correct call from McLaren. Mercedes opened the door for this by pitting Russell behind the second McLaren, and now McLaren want him back. Russell up with Norris to give Piastri a chance of 4th place, and possibly, you never know, a podium. If there was anything else with Hamilton having a penalty and anything else to happen. So it's the right call. So, speaking of the pit lane, either you've been a Wally and you've done it on the exit. You can't have 3 Wallies in the field. So then you have to look at the pit entry. Coming through the Rascasse, you're right, it's a very low speed. They have got better acceleration this year. Yep, nothing that they can do about it right now on the pit wall.
Franco Colapinto did get a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Hamilton, Russell, and Colapinto now going in the pit lane. George Russell has now been noted for crossing the line at pit exit. You have to stay the correct side of the white line. If you cross it, you usually get a 5-second penalty, and that really is a tough message to read if you're a George Russell fan or you're on his side of the Mercedes garage. It is the complete upending of what we expected at the start of the season, and the chasing performance. He said afterwards, as Albon hits from 5th position, the left-hand side of your picture, and takes on what looks to be the soft tyres on that Williams. And George Russell finally gets all the problem because Lando Norris is retiring from the Grand Prix by the looks of things. It was an issue earlier on and he struck.
Well, I was going to say that resets itself, could expect to see him pull to the left-hand side, but he is bringing that car to pit lane. We can see in the McLaren mechanics coming out of the pit lane, ready to receive him.
We're going to box this lap of retire the car, box the lap of retire the car.
Lando Norris's difficult season when it comes to reliability. It's cost him so much time on track. He had an issue issue earlier in the weekend. He didn't start in China, he retired in Canada, and he retires in Monaco. Crucially, for the context of the entire Grand Prix, he was able to get it back to the pits and park up. Wasn't left stranded, which could potentially cause the virtual safety car or full safety car. And the winner last year is out of the Grand Prix, and he joins all of them in Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen as a retirement.
I try to figure out where George would have crossed the white line. There is a bit of a step down from pit lane to the racing circuit, which if you got a big kick of power, maybe could have tickled it there, but otherwise it can only be when he's come round the final, inside of turn one.
Yeah, I think it'll be turn one where you're on hard tyres, they don't warm up particularly well, and it's pretty easy to cross that white line if you're pushing as hard as he was, obviously. So we get another pit stop, and this is Gasly.
Albon, I don't think they'll like that instruction because he's in new tyres and I understand what they're doing. They're going to need signs to go along in the hope that there's a safety car. Play the team game.
Yeah, it's ultimate team game here for Williams. They'll just swap that and manipulate it to be 10th and 11th, which will be 9th and 10th with Norris out of the race.
And that's where they finished last year. And Williams looking for more points.
Is there a reason for this? Because like she said, what are we trying to do? I mean, I'm happy to do it, but I just... Are we just risking something for nothing? Or...
So Albon querying it. We didn't get the team reply, but he has listened, and Sainz is up to 9th, and now Albon will restrict the pace on the soft tyres.
Yeah, that's going to push Lindblad and those guys back. Lindblad will probably think about heading to pits unless they're all rolling the dice on what go as long as we can and see if a safety car comes to us.
Support you can bank on. Formula One coverage on Channel 4, sponsored by HSBC UK.
The ICC Women's T20 World Cup is coming. Will you catch the spirit?
I'm not sure where to begin. Didn't message.
Hi, it's Abby here. I have a family. What do I want to say to you after 8 years? Remember me? You just left. Delete message. Delete message. Delete message. Hey, Dad. I miss you. Send message.
The fully electric Volvo EX30 with Google Assistant.
Hey, Sainsbury's. Yes, Henry? Wondering about that buttery little beaut on your fork? Well, it's a Taste the Difference Jersey Royal, meaning it has a uniquely creamy texture and a distinctly sweet, nutty flavour. Sorry, Henry, you were saying? Just splendid spots. Beautifully put, Henry. You can always taste the difference. Sainsbury's, good food for all of us. These corn snacks are deliciously high protein and unsaturated fat. Corn, so tasty. We've hijacked this hand with new corn protein bites.
They're high in protein and ready to eat.
Corn, so tasty. Why choose the alternative? Find them at your bar.
Wait, just hide it.
Shh. TUI gives you more. More hotels designed around what you love. More race you to the bottom. Water parks on site. More, ooh, that looks good. Food options. More peace of mind with 24/7 support. You book it, TUI sorted. Adult and auto protected.
As a such joke, the time from BP will be 5:13 and 10 seconds.
emergency with service.
As a such stroke, the time from BT will be brilliant.
JD Williams, we see you.
Driver called in sick too, eh?
We didn't again, we just sort of came to that quite late. Did he make a mistake through Anthony Noakes, and that's where he's got out of position? Or was there a sort of momentary hiccup with deployment?
It's bizarre. So he's on a new soft tyre. He should not be passed by anyone on an old medium there. Let alone a rookie Arvid Lindblad into coming out of that corner. Slow again now, Albon. So this is a sensible enough tactic for Williams. Sainz backs up, Albon gets the free stop, then Albon backs up, Sainz gets the same.
It goes over the chicane. There's the Harborside chicane, and then is there a call to let him go by?
There can't be from there. I wonder if Albon's just got a problem with it.
Very, very strange to see this many drivers pinged for speeding in the pit lane. You've got the graphic on the left-hand side, the red exclamation mark for drivers who have a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Hamilton, Russell, Gasly, and his teammate Brendan Colapinto.
Chemistry's an awfully long way behind Hajjar. How did he end up so far behind after taking a pit stop?
He's 12.9 seconds back, and the gap was massively extended.
Did we see a pit stop? He must have had a slow stop or something.
No, we didn't see it. We saw his teammate coming in and pushed into the garage. So answers in the postcard for that one.
He's a pit stop behind George Russell. So something has gone badly wrong for Oscar.
Stroll's under investigation for track limits. It's getting weirder and weirder, this Grand Prix. 54 of 78. Kimi Antonelli putting on an exhibition. Confirmation that Stroll is under investigation for that. Is currently running in 16th position. He is 5.6 seconds behind Fernando Alonso. Meant to update you on this a while ago, but we're cycling through the strangers of the pit lane speed limiter. Charles Leclerc is now within the 5 seconds that he needs for second place, as Carlos Sainz comes in to improve his teammate's day somewhat and make the stop, and Alex Albon can finally get on with it.
Well, Sainz will come out ahead of Albon, and then he'll give the place back up. And then Williams, then with the full manipulation, can get up to speed and drive away from Nico Hulkenberg.
Yeah, as long as he plays the team game, his teammate's day.
Yeah, look, just to spice things up, I would cue the sort of sinister music. Oh, and yes, he does. Oh, how did
that be careful? Because
Sainz blend in. That is not the easiest moment, and the Williams are line astern, and Alex Albon really had to play the spoiler there to keep the Audi behind, but they did keep the Audi behind.
Well, you'd say they judged that to perfection, because it was all there as Sainz came back onto the racetrack.
I might have given it a little bit more margin if I was Williams.
Yeah.
Do one more lap of go slow, and then we'll sort it out.
Oscar Piastri
You know the guy, car 81. He's under investigation for speeding in the pit lane. Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with there's an issue somewhere with the timing sensors or the distance sensors that give us the speed across the pit lane. They can't all be making the same mistake.
Yeah. I mean, this is I'm running out of explanations for this. Here we go. This is Russell crossing the white line. There was
He didn't cross it. He definitely got on it.
Yeah.
Ooh, my words.
Did he actually go across the other side? I guess he must have, if that's where the penalty is.
It's when they start looking at the bulge of the tyre or the contact patch of the tyre, don't they? Because it's very, very close where the edge of the front left went over.
Lance Stroll into the wall. Lap 60 of 78. Lance Stroll hits the barriers. He's in the Tech Pro. And Anthony knows corner. And will this reset the race? The safety car is deployed. And an enormous lead for Kimi Antonelli will be wiped away. Pit lane's getting busy as all the teams get ready. Piastri is in. Lewis Hamilton is going to get new tyres from Ferrari.
This is going to work beautifully for Hamilton because he takes his penalty and Leclerc will sit behind him. So Hamilton will effectively take that penalty for no cost.
Charles Leclerc is in as well. He will get new tyres. Softs going on to the Ferrari. And he is back into the queue. Why the hell are we keeping? I was just asking to take up. Yeah, they've committed Charles to effectively taking a 5-second penalty as well, as he waited for Hamilton to take his 5 seconds. Yeah.
So Antonelli stays out on a hard tyre. Ferrari's just put on softs. Kimi is coming through to back corner right now. Has he caught the safety car or can he get back in? I think he probably has enough pace in hand to get back in and take on a new set of softs and just man-mark the Ferraris right now.
Into the pit lane come Mercedes. We look out of the commentary box and they make their way now. The instruction is all cars through the pit lane and they will not leave him out. Antonelli will come back to the pits. And the safety car makes his way through, and so does our race leader. He's got a restart to deal with, but he will be on the soft tyres like the Ferraris.
Incredibly, George Russell's going to have to stack behind his teammate because he's been lapped as well.
Oh, it wasn't quick on the left rear. It's enough, 4.5, and now over to Russell. Cautious, sending him back into the fast lane of the pit lane. Antonelli, Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell, Hadjar, the top 5.
Hadjar, I think, has come out ahead of Russell. Yeah, Hadjar jumped Russell. So George, by virtue of being lapped by his teammate, has had to stack behind him and lose more time. So Hadjar goes through. I mean, this is just so difficult for him.
But again, he didn't have to take the tyres. He didn't have to stack. We're not talking, majority of the race left on board with Lance Stroll. It's through the first part of Brascastle came into Anthony Noakes. Yeah, he actually was a good driver there. It looks like he turned in late. Now, whether that was because there was pushing going on, he was on the marbles.
You can hear the marbles on board, and I think he might have just, I'm sure a little bit of pushing, a bit of understeer, a bit of sort of the engine pushing him on, but I think he got on the marbles and just didn't turn at all.
So Antonelli makes a stop, and then George Russell comes in and does not serve the penalty.
No, he doesn't. I didn't think he did. So Hadjar didn't dive into the box. He's gone through the pit lane because the safety car came through the pit lane. All the cars did. He is still on hard tyres, so that's why he's ahead. There's a lot going on here with the pits. But Russell did not serve his penalty. Anyway, safety car restart for Kimi to deal with now.
Well, Lewis Hamilton, with a huge amount of experience in Formula 1, 3 times a Grand Prix winner around here. Start number 386. This is start number 30 for Kimi Antonelli, 19 years of age. The Grand Prix was won. There's only one hand on the trophy around here when you've not. You can always get a safety car, you can always get a curveball, and now he's got to keep Lewis Hamilton behind. Trying to win his first Grand Prix for Ferrari. Antonelli trying to win in Monaco, make it 5 in a row. The green flag flies on the start of the main finish straight. Oh, but into the wall and out of the race. Charles Leclerc from the podium to the wall, and it goes wrong on the restart for the home favourite.
It was no grip at all. You could see Antonelli, but he put his foot down, was just slithering around, had nothing. The tyre warm-up wasn't there on the soft. Hamilton followed him through, and Leclerc's obviously just found the barrier going straight, not finding front grip. And that opens the door for a podium, possibly for Isaac Hadjar, and it's heartbreak for such a frustrated man this weekend.
Isaac Hadjar has won Formula One Grand Prix podium. He is in third at the moment with an ailing car. He will not believe it if he finishes there. The cars have been called to go through the pit lane, and the home favourite, Charles Leclerc, retires on the safety car restart.
It's just got no grip, no warm-up at all.
I'm not going to take a blame. Break. Skating by into the wall and out.
Hadjar nearly rear-ended him as well on his way. Look how close Isaac gets there to go straight and just has to really slow it down. He's been struggling with the brakes all weekend. It's not a big braking zone there, but when you got the cold tyres, cold brakes as well, probably sitting around behind the safety car, not feeling like getting any bite for him when he suddenly wants to fire it up. And that's been his real Achilles heel this weekend, getting the car stopped in the big stops.
For the first time this season in the Grand Prix, a Ferrari will not reach the flag. Got an update from race control. George Russell has been noted for failing to serve the time penalty correctly, and that could be an extra penalty for the driver second in the points.
Lindblad hasn't changed tyres, so he's still due a pit stop.
Yeah, you have to. So there's no mandatory stops in Formula 1, but you've got to use 2 compounds in a dry race. That's the rule. Different in other categories, but there's no mandatory stop. So if we got a red flag, we'd be able to, oh my word, we have. Oh my word, that's bizarre. We've got a red flag, and Arvid Lindblad gets exactly what he was looking for. So he can now, as per the rule book, change his tyre set, and he will be on for an 8th place finish. Racing Bulls will be delighted with that news. Williams will be disconsolate at that news, because it's going to cost them a position. And the red flag flies in Monaco. This is George Russell. So he's in the fast lane, He now goes into the slow lane. And he didn't serve the penalty that he got for speeding in the pit lane.
The right front knew what they were doing. The left front went straight on.
They were waiting.
Yeah.
So it's a communication error for serving the penalty. And in the confusion of a late safety car deployment for Lance Stroll in the barrier, this race has turned completely on its head.
Support you can bank on. Formula One coverage on Channel 4, sponsored by...
When you have a Pixel 10, you may get asked a few questions, like, what is that? How did you do that? And can we use your camera instead? Google Pixel 10.
Vrolijke narratief Jacob Pens. A keynote here.
Mr. BG?
Did not free the nipple. The nipple went crazy.
And how small businesses grow online with GoDaddy. How will AI revolutionize your business? AWS AI is how.
Managing type 2 diabetes.
just got easier with Dexcom One Plus. Easier to see your glucose numbers with no fingerprints. Easier to make treatment decisions anytime, anywhere. Easier to live life your way. Dexcom One Plus. Make more possible.
Vitality is here for your health. How? They give you half-price gym membership. Yeah, give me 5 more, Garen. Vitality, your health's best friend.
What brings you to Curry's today?
I caught him looking at newer models. Sorry, I think I'm just...
Ah, now, what I'm hearing is you'd like a super fast HP OmniBook Ultra, powered by a Snapdragon X2 Plus processor with multi-day battery life. Lets you explore new sides of yourself.
Gerald!
Yes.
Find laptop love again. Get the new AI-powered HP OmniBook Ultra from just $35.13 a month. Curry's beyond expectations.
Lucozade, fuel to go the distance. Ice.
Thatcher's Farm. Slightly obsessed perfectionists making cider with nothing but love. Here comes Martin Thatcher. Friday, 12:30, tasting time. He needs to hit the spot or not a drop will leave the farm. Yes! Perfect.
You might want to go for your usual, but I say, mix it all. Just get the raspberry strength zero. Now I'm a cat.
If you help me clear my name, I promise you I will help you get a story that no one else could ever get.
He claims that he didn't kill Fear. Could ruffle feathers with this. You need to be very careful. This could be your chance to find out what really happened.
The Light in the Hall, Still Waters on Channel 4 starts Tuesday the 16th of June.
Support you can bank on. Formula One coverage on Channel 4, sponsored by HSBC UK.
There's a drive-through penalty for George Russell for failing to serve his original speeding in the pit lane penalty correctly. And his difficult weekend just got even harder.
So we'll do the restart and then we'll get 2 racing laps and then we will need to do a drive-through penalty.
Gasly's got another penalty. He's had a brilliant weekend behind the wheel. Whatever is going on with these drivers coming through the pit lane at 16 mph, it is going to be incredibly punishing for Gasly.
Antonelli, he will have to take a second standing start. 5 red lights will come on, and when they go out, it will be a genuine fight for the win. Because Lewis Hamilton has been cleared by the stewards. No further action on a safety car infringement. We have a genuine battle off the line to win the Monaco Grand Prix. 8 meters between Lewis Hamilton, a 3-time Monaco Grand Prix winner, and Kimi Antonelli. It is nearly time for the second start of the Monaco Grand Prix. Here come the lights. Antonelli versus Hamilton to win the Grand Prix, and Antonelli crawls off the line, but he's got what he needs, and he holds off Lewis Hamilton. Hadjar gets a poor getaway, he tumbles down, and through go the 2 drivers who need to serve the penalty past him. Russell and Gasly get by, Hadjar tumbles down, but there's still penalties to be served, and Russell is super slow.
What's going on with George Russell? Managed to get up into 3rd place, but look how far back he is from everyone else. Back in the field up incredibly. Has he got an issue?
George Russell has to serve a drive-through penalty. It's chaos behind. Look at this between the racing bulls.
Russell's into
the wall. And damage for Sainz as Hulkenberg makes contact and gets into 10th position. Lawson and Lindblad were close as well. Antonelli is 1.4 seconds clear on an extraordinary restart lap. And now we see Sainz tumble out of the points as a result of the contact.
Well, it all starts from George Russell on a go-slow mission, like he's in a protest on that first lap. Got up to 3rd place. He's got acceleration because he managed to get through the tunnel okay, but through the hairpin section, just fancied sitting in the middle of the road, backing the entire pack up. And then, of course, you get chances outside of the top 10 thinking, all right, it's now or never, let's go for it.
Kimi Antonelli with the start that he will treasure. Oh, that's pressure when you've all but won the Grand Prix and you have to go back to a standing start. He launched ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who wasn't able to get close. George Russell still has to serve that drive to a penalty. Gasly still has 10 seconds hanging over him.
I'm trying to work out what's going through George's head to drive like that on the first lap. He's obviously got to now bail out on the next lap to take his drive-through penalty.
We have seen him struggle with restarts earlier this year, notably in China.
Oh, come on, he was so slow. It can't just be that. He's from a standing start. His teammate's gone. He's under pressure and dealing with it once again phenomenally well with Lewis Hamilton there.
What's the advantage?
I don't know if he's just trying to cause chaos further back and hope that there's another stoppage or a complete track blockage or something. I've never seen anything like it.
Risky though, isn't it? Risky. Oh, it's very, very close between Hulkenberg, who is getting ahead of Alex Albon, but he did it off the road and he will know that he needs to give it back. Different warm-up, different tyres, power deployment as well playing a part at the moment. Lawson did stay ahead of Lindblad, who got very close. Hulkenberg is ninth, but he's got to give the place back. Russell called to the pit lane.
Yeah, so that'll be Russell down and out of things.
And he tumbles down to make it even better for Kimi Antonelli.
It's going to put Perez up into 11th and Alonso in 12th, so there's a points chance for some of these minnows as well. They've got his Russell out behind that lot.
John's been noted for a red flag infringement now. Only noted, he's got a safety car infringement hanging over him. Antonelli and Hamilton are separated by 1-2 seconds. Gasly will have 10 seconds added to his race time when he crosses the line.
Hulkenberg has not given the place up. Now he does, and I think that's the sensible move. Albon stayed on the track. If Albon had cut through, he might have had a case, but he had to give that one up. He's still back up into 10th, which has become 9th with Russell taking his drive through.
Still his first points of the year. It's the right approach. That would have been penalised for Hulkenberg. Ocon now on to score a point. Hadjar has been cleared of the safety car infringement, but the red flag infringement will be investigated after the race.
Right, not a clue on that one, but we've had all the infringements come up in this one. I don't know if any of them have been from any sort of incident with cars together, but that'll come for whoever tipped Carlos Sainz into a spin as well, I'm sure.
This was George Russell ahead, and then you can see further back, you get the contact, Carlos into the wall.
Yeah, it's Hulkenberg.
Yeah.
He's not trying to pass Sainz, I don't think, but he just doesn't have the steering lock to do anything else, but he's trying to turn around and they just catch right front into left rear. It's a tough one. Here we go. On board with Hulk.
It's definitely Hulk.
Down the inside. Yeah, he's on the lock stuff trying to get the thing turned, but it's difficult. I mean, there's such a difficult corner to negotiate anyway.
Right, part two. Franco Colapinto trying to get by, and this is why he was facing the wrong way. 2 taps for Carlos Sainz.
So Gasly has 10 seconds of penalty to serve. Where can he end up with this? Because right now he can serve that and still be 8th, but with every lap that Gasly backs up Piastri and Lawson's not going with them either, Gasly can make this better. So he has to go full tilt for the last 4 laps of this Grand Prix and see what he can produce. Something spectacular to get a great return still for Alpine. Might yet come towards him.
Kimi Antonelli about to extend his championship advantage. Lewis Hamilton about to rise to the fire.
That's the best case for Gasly in 3rd place. Hadjar with no power. I'm sure that's what must have cost him off the line as well on the start there. Just not able to get anything as soon as the lights went out. No acceleration from it. Verstappen out right at the start, and Hadjar also has been fighting that since the workout. We don't have a clue what Red Bull are capable of in terms of race pace, because the only one in there has been nursing an issue.
Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, Lance Stroll, Lando Norris, Oliver Behrman, Cameron Bortoleto, and at the very start of the race, Max Verstappen. A race of attrition. A race heading towards Kimi Antonelli. Hamilton just has no pace to fight, but he will be looking at back-to-back podiums. Had to hear a whole season of you've not been on a Grand Prix podium for Ferrari. Taking his 3rd of the campaign and his 2nd in a row.
Well, you can't believe that's come up again, can you? Perez out of position again.
No way.
He's already had a drive through for that at the start of the race. It's a mad day. The amount of penalties.
I don't really have anything to compare it to. I've never seen a Grand Prix with this many penalties, this many investigations. What a great example of how epic it is rotating a Formula One car into Casino Square.
And all technicalities as well. All the ones that we've seen. Absolutely bizarre. So, Hadjar is under investigation. But in Piastri, we cannot guarantee that that's going to be a penalty or not. We don't know what it's for, a red flag infringement of sorts. There's a podium on the line. Gasly's not escaping. Hadjar's got enough pace to stay within 3 seconds, which is comfortably the podium. So this is your podium fight with 2.5 laps to go. If Perez manages to get in the top 10 and gets pinged for being out of position on the start, I mean, wow, Cadillac will be devastating.
Our gallery have wound it back and had a look, and they say he's long in the box. They say it's slam dunk.
Come on. You don't know what this Hadjar penalty is going to be. Don't know if anyone else is going to pick something up. If he gets done for that, wow.
Kimi Antonelli has put in the fastest lap of the race.
2.5 quicker than Hamilton on the lap.
Just unbelievable pace that the 19-year-old born in Bologna has access to. And no one has been able to live with him in this Grand Prix that we are on the penultimate lap of.
He's on another planet, isn't he? What a talent. And he's just got the confidence that we saw in Canada when he was just attack on George Russell the whole time. Didn't mind if he was forced out onto the grass, bouncing there, giving another go. He has got so much confidence. And behind all that, he's got an incredible amount of talent as well. Toto Wolff saw it all those years ago, fast-tracked him into Mercedes. He had to ride a bit of a choppy roller coaster last year. And when it goes right, my word, he is displaying all the hallmarks of a champion right now.
What's that?
We are on board with Oscar Piastri. 5th place for him, staying tight to Hadjar, who will be investigated for a red flag infringement after the race. Gasly will have 10 seconds added to his race time to drop him down from what would be such a meaningful result for the driver who spent so much time at the back. But we're on the 78th and last lap of the Monaco Grand Prix. It has been a penalty fest. It has been a race of attrition, but it has been an absolute exhibition from Kimi Antonelli, who from a standing start with a few laps to go leads by 6.3 seconds.
Different world. So much can go wrong around this place, but you wouldn't know it looking at Kimi's weekend. It has been outstanding from start to finish. Pole yesterday absorbed all of the pressure, and here he comes for the final corners.
Wow, Giuseppe Farina won the first title in 1950. Ascari followed him soon after, but it's been a 73-year wait for Italy. Is this the day they begin to believe that it's coming home? Kimi Antonelli wins the Monaco Grand Prix. The teenager can't stop winning in Formula One. That's 5 in a row. And this one will mean everything to him and his family. Lewis Hamilton with back-to-back second places in Formula One, and Pierre Gasly will bemoan the penalties because when you add on 5 and then 5 again, he drops down and it will elevate on the racetrack at least Isaac Hadjar to the podium for just the second time in Formula One.
Get in there, Kimi. Nice work there, pal. That was a blast for mate. First Monaco win. Oh my god. Yeah, a bit tense at the end there, mate. A bit tense at the end, but yeah, what a great job.
Thank you so much, guys. Car was a beast today. My goodness, thank you so much.
It is surely the greatest day of Kimi Antonelli's young career. He has won the Monaco Grand Prix and extended his championship lead beyond 60 points. Kimi Antonelli with a 5th win in Formula One in a row. But this is something special. Antonelli is having the time of his life. He's won the Monaco Grand Prix by 6.2 seconds.
Easy.
David Coulthard is speaking to Hadjar Hamilton and Antonelli.
Isaac Hadjar, congratulations, your 2nd podium in Formula One.
And of course, here in Monte Carlo, that was not an easy race for you. I can see it on your face. Take us through the journey.
Yeah, I mean, we got off to a clean start and we're managing the race, and then within the first 10-15 laps, I started having massive drivability issues, and around here, if there's one track you don't want that, it's here. So yeah, it was incredibly challenging having to cover 60 laps like that. And even towards the end, I was still lacking power on the restart, and yeah.
Excellent. Well driven. Enjoy the podium.
Thank you.
Lewis Hamilton, you have now just had your 8th podium result here in Monaco. That equals the late great Ayrton Senna. There's no one more than you two guys have had more podiums. You've been on it all weekend. Tell us about that journey.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to start by congratulating Kimi and to the Mercedes team. My whole family, they've done it again. They've created an amazing car, and Kimi's doing an incredible job just delivering week in out. So it's great to see, and I'm really happy for them. On our side, I think we've been progressing over the past months, and can't quite keep up with them just yet. And it's probably going to take a lot of work for us to get to their level. But to get another second place is such a great feeling, especially in Monaco. Under the trickiest conditions, it was the hardest conditions out there, and we've had such a great turnout today as well. So yeah, I'll definitely take it.
Well, just briefly on that, when you mentioned the difficult conditions, what particularly of all of the Grand Prix you've done here was giving you the biggest challenge?
I think for me, it's really the car. The car is good, but we need more downforce ultimately, and I think just with the tires, with the different scenarios we had out there, you know, I ran out of tires quite early in the first stint, and then I was on that long second stint, and these tires aren't particularly great just over a long stint, so holding on to that was going to be tough. And then once we had to slow down on the safety car, you lose all temperature, and you saw with other drivers out there that it was really hard to stay on track. So I think just with all the different things that have been thrown at us, it was massively challenging, but really grateful for the day, happy, grateful to the team, grazie to everyone back at the factory, and all the guys here worked so hard to get this result. They truly deserve this and more, and I'm just going to keep working harder to try to see if I can finally take that next step for them too. Yeah.
Well, I know you know your way to the podium, so enjoy.
Thank you.
Kimi Antonelli, this is your 5th straight victory, but I think in the context of right now, in Monte Carlo, you have been flawless all weekend. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's been an incredible weekend, incredible race, and it was one of those days where, you know, we had so incredible pace, and it was just coming all so natural, and the car was feeling incredible, and it just was giving me the confidence to push, so it was a very enjoyable day.
The last time an Italian won this Grand Prix, you weren't even born. It was Jarno Trulli 22 years ago. You're not just representing your family, your team, you're representing a nation.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, and job's not finished, you know, it's still a long season, and we're going to keep pushing, keep raising the bar, and the goal is to keep, you know, keep performing like this. You know, the team is done an incredible job. They've given us an incredible car, and I've got so much support from the team as well, from my family. So yeah, it's a really good moment so far.
I was watching you when you were out of the car during the red flag. Nothing seems to faze you. You know, I think when they announced a grid start, I would have thought, I've got to do it all again, but you're just soaking it up.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I wasn't super keen on restarting as well, because I didn't really want to restart, but then, you know, once the notification came out, I just gathered my emotion, my thoughts, and I started to focus again, looked at some data and so on, and just tried to refocus on restarting, and then trying to get the tires in the right temperature. And then once I got away, I knew I was going to make it into P1 into the first corner, and then from that point on, I just enjoyed the last few laps.
Well, I think we can call this Grand Prix weekend perfection. Congratulations. Go and enjoy spraying the champagne.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for supporting us this weekend.
For Kimi Antonelli, 5 Grand Prix victories in a row. that winning feeling just will not end for him. And he will hear